Good morning, everyone. It's so good to have you again. Imagine waking up every day, unsure of what your body will allow you to do. Will you have the energy to go to work? Will a small injury turn into a life-threatening emergency? Will today bring unbearable pain? For millions of people living with red blood disorders, this uncertainty is a daily reality. Today, I don't want to just talk about symptoms and treatment. I want to take you into the lives of real people who are navigating these challenges with courage and resilience. Just imagine a beautiful girl named Aisha. I want to tell us an Aisha's story, sickle cell and the battle against pain. Aisha is a 22 years old university student. On the surface, she looks like any other young woman, laughing with friends, studying late for exams. But what people don't see are the nights she spends curled up in pain. Her sickle-shaped red blood cells blocking her blood flow, causing excruciating pain crises. She's been rushed to the hospitals so many times that the smell of antiseptics feels familiar. There are days when she's so exhausted that simply getting out of bed feels like climbing a high mountain. Yet, Aisha keeps pushing forward, determined to get her degree. She has learned to listen to her body, stay hydrated, avoid extreme temperatures, and rest when needed. But more than anything, she has learned to be resilient, to live her life, not just surviving it. Taking you through another scenario, you can as well imagine a David story. Haemophilia and the fear of a simple fall. David is a 9-year-old. Like most kids his age, he loves to play outside. But for him, a small cut isn't just a cut. It's a serious risk. David has hemophilia, which means his blood doesn't clot the way it should. A simple fall can send him to the hospital for hours of clotting factor therapy. His parents live with constant worry, watching his every step, ensuring he doesn't play rough. But David, he just wants to be a kid. He has learned to be careful, but he refuses to let fear rule his life. With treatment and support, he's learning that while hemophilia is part of him, it doesn't define him. Journeying through James's story, the story of aplasticanaemiaa and the fight for strength. James is 35, a father of 2, and until recently, he was perfectly healthy. Then he started feeling tired all the time. He would get bruises from the lightest burns. He thought it was stress until his diagnosis, aplasticanaemiaa. His bone marrow had stopped producing enough blood cells, and suddenly his life was filled with blood transfusions, doctor's visits, and the desperate wait for a bone marrow donor. He had to adjust to a new way of living, one where his energy was limited, where infection was a real danger, where uncertainty became his new normal. But in all this, James found a new perspective. He treasures his every moment with his children. Every day, he feels strong enough to play with them. He has learned to find joy even in the hardest moments. More than just a diagnosis, Aisha, David, James represent millions of people around the world. Their stories are different, but they share a common thread: strength in the face of uncertainty. Living with a red blood disorder isn't just managing symptoms, but it's about adapting, finding hope, and refusing to let an illness define your future. And for those of you who don't live with these conditions, the best thing you can do is listen, learn, and always find a way to support. Awareness leads to understanding. Understanding leads to better care, more research, and ultimately better lives for people like Aisha, David, and James. My name is Dr. Buchi. Thank you for stopping by. Stay tuned for the next section on the topic, what your blood color says about you. Thank you.